now streaming live. Full Velocity TV begins now.
Live and in your face is only the way that we do it here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Live tonight via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Welcome aboard. Phil Lacasse here, Jack Truman on the controls here this evening here at the Knoxville Raceway. Happy to have you guys all aboard the Phil and Jack Attack live on a Thursday evening, and we are just happy to be here for what is going to be an awesome show here. This fourth annual running of the show. I think this event hasn't been run since the year 2016. So really cool to see the guys in their streets. Kind of reinvigorate this whole event. I'm bringing out some of the best of the best of the street stocks out here tonight. It's absolutely loaded. So we're getting through what looks like maybe potentially up to 5 heat races here tonight before we set up for our main event coming up here in just a little while here from live at the Knoxville Raceway. Gotta thank our sponsors that make this all possible here live at the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're gonna thank guys like Tyler over at Hannibal Record Service. Check him out on Facebook, Hannibal Record Service. Also, a big salute to our buddy Jeff Brown over at iRacing, iFlag. You're going to grab one of those iFlag telemetry widgets. They make an awesome addition to your sim racing rig. Check him out on iRacingIFlag.com. Also, going to thank one of our newest partners out here to the network, BladeNode.com. You need VPS servers, dedicated servers, web hosting, whatever you may need as far as game servers, rock and roll. Check these guys out at BladeNode.com. It is simple web solutions powered by nerds. And if you go to BladeNode.com now and you use promo code FVRN, you will get 25% off your first month or yearly purchase. So head over there now, give their site a look. Great rates, BladeNode.com. Also, big shout to our buddy Jake Keel over at Monster Productions, another one of our True Blue sponsors here in our Back to Blue tradition here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We'll see our buddy Jake on July the 2nd over at his place with the Firecracker 40. We can't wait to get over there. Also going to thank all the presenting sponsors here this evening. Guys like TDR Racing League, the sponsor of our Turtle, Hard Motorsports, that sponsors our Fast Lap of the Night Award. How about guys like Jim Revis over at Evil One Graphics doing awesome car wraps for you. Evil One Graphics are not only good, they are evil. Also, a big shout out to our buddy Brendan over at Full Throttle with the Gent. Check him out on YouTube. That podcast is awesome. And of course, tonight's presenting sponsor over here at DirtSeries.com, CNC Race Designs. Be the best in show while winning all the dough. Join Team CCRD today by hitting them up on Facebook. Jameson, great guy. He'll do great work for you. All our painters out there do such great, amazing things. But here live tonight in Knoxville, just waiting for the last couple of seconds of practice to kind of wrap their way up, and we're going to jump into what appears to be 5 feature events here, 5 heat races, I should say. 10 laps of distance here. The top 3 scheduled to transfer out of the heat races, so we'll play a little bit of soup here tonight as well. Going to be an awesome night for the street stocks this evening in Knoxville, Iowa. Thank the guys once again, Josh and Earl, Andy, and the entire gang over here at DirtSeries.com. It is going to be a great night of racing. Said 5 heat races to come, consolation events, and all 100-lap feature event coming up here on the docket tonight. So it is going to be a nice night for us. Going to be a lot of fun, and we are happy you have tuned in live tonight via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. You also go watch us via our brand new website. you haven't checked this out yet, you got to go check it out. FullVelocityTV.com. Spent many a weeks putting this all together. It's been a labor of love for us. It looks great. Hope you guys enjoy it. There'll be new news articles following all the things that are happening out here in Full Velocity Land, including a new up-to-date calendar of events. You guys can see all the races on our schedule, and there are many. If you want to book your date as well, you can book an open date now by clicking the Book Us tab on the website as well, and get a hold of us there. Our rates are there. Also, you can become a sponsor. All those details located at our website, FullVelocityTV.com, and it also links up to our broadcast there via YouTube and Twitch, so you guys can watch this broadcast all over the place here tonight, and we are very thankful for that. So it looks like heat racing action about to take out to the racetrack now. They are indeed out there. So what do you say we go to tonight's lineup here for heat race number 1? On the pole, going to be car number 3 of Chad Hanna with the number 13 of our buddy Caleb Ramsey alongside. In row number 2, driving to 35 tonight, that's a Tennessee Tumbler, Brett Rolls. And his partner alongside, in the 5, that is Dylan Petty. Row number 3, we find the 72 of Trevor Baker, the 83 car of Josh Smith on the outside of the 3rd row, and starting 7th and shotgun on the field, the Smooth Criminal aboard car number 33, that is Torrin Shirts. Off of turn number 4, the iRacing flag, green flag, going to grease out the speedway. And we are racing off here into turn number 1 and 2. Hanna and Ramsey making up our front row off the second turn, a complete lap, or on the second turn, on lap number 1. Hanna running down low. Up high, Ramsey along that number 13. Here comes Rolls at a 35, trying to make that a 3-car race to the lead off the 4th turn. A little bit of banging there, which it's street stock racing. We can absolutely, keep an eye on that. That's our Rolls. That's Dylan Petty in the 5-car making his waves down there on the inside. Dylan Petty making a big move with a 5-car on the low side of the speedway down the front stretch. Now they hit the turn number 3, and I think Dylan going to peek it out by a nose into the corner and off of turn number 4. Give the 5-car of Dylan Petty the lead there over the 3 of Chad Hanna. Caleb Ramsey going to fall back into a race now for the 3rd and 2nd spot. Is Ramsey now going to make his way? He's around Hanna. Hanna back to 3rd of the 13. I see a 3 and a 13 there and get a little bit confused here. Some different number combinations I'll get used to over the course of the night. So bear with me. It's Ramsey in for 2, Hanna for 3. Shirts now up the 4th, and Baker our current top 5. Looks like only 6 started this race as Josh Smith, the 6th driver out there. Brett Rolls not starting here in heat race number 1, so we'll have to see if he joins us over the course of the night. Torrin Shirts is a guy on a mission right now. The Smooth Criminal aboard car number 33 up to that 3rd spot, and he has that car digging through the east end of the speedway right now in turn number 3. They're all running kind of the middle part of the racetrack. We assume this racetrack is going to drift up high over the course of the night. With 100 laps for a feature event, I'm assuming it's going to get so slick up high. We may see the low side start coming in over the course of the evening as well. I believe track state is going to carry over throughout the majority of the night. May reset for happy hour or warm up before our feature event, so I'll have to wait and see how that's going to happen here over the course of the evening. But off of turn number 4, we are going to put halfway home here in first race of the night. Halfway home for the 5-car of Dylan Petty. Caleb Ramsey in for 2, and here comes Torrin Shirts in that number 33 car. 3s are wild here tonight, live on Full Velocity. Obviously, the 3 of Chad Hanna in for 3rd, Trevor Baker in for 4th, and Josh Smith at number 83, rounding out our 6-car field. They're in turn number 3, and Petty trying to drive away from these guys, but that race for 2nd may start being a really good one here shortly, as Shirts now going to look to the low side of Ramsey into 1 and 2. Torrin slides it up the hill. Caleb slams that door shut. 13 going to hold on for the time being to that runner-up spot down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Look at that 5-car. Dylan Petty gets that thing kicked out perfectly sideways, back of the throttle, carries all that momentum off the corner of the 5-car. He's going to lead lap number 7. And we're going to put 8 up on the board this time around. So we're once again off through 1 and 2. Little race going on back there for that 4th spot as well. Hanna holding on to it in that number 3. But Trevor Baker in that 72, a guy who's very familiar to these street stocks as well, running there in that 5th spot. Josh Smith holding on there in 6. Those 3 cars nose to tail also for the race lead as 2 to go from the starter stand. 2 more trips around for Dylan Petty aboard car number 5. Ramsey and Shirts still racing at it for 2nd. That good 3-car race going on back there for 4th with Chad Hanna. And now Josh Smith going to come to the inside of Trevor Baker into 3. Josh gets really in too deep, gets that car real loose, as does Trevor off the corner. Those guys get it corrected. We take the white flag here in Knoxville. One more trip around for car number 5 of Dylan Petty, who's going to make it off the corner into the back straightaway here. Single file. Does Caleb Ramsey have one more bullet left to shoot out of his gun into turn number 3? He'll drive it a little bit lower than that 5 car does, but Dylan going to carry the momentum off the corner. Dylan Petty going to win heat race number 1 here for the 4th annual Dirt Series Street Stock Nationals here in Knoxville. Caleb Ramsey going to pick up 2nd, 3rd for Torrin Church. Chad Hanna for 4th. Trevor Baker and Josh Smith rounding out our 6-car field here for heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 about to roll out to the racetrack. So let's go into our starting lineup there as the cars begin to stage. On the pole aboard car number 21, the evil one himself aboard Evil One Graphics number 21, our buddy from DWR. That, of course, is Jim Revis, and alongside of Jim in the 105, that is Jamie Reed. In row number 2 aboard car number 25, that is Jarrett Murphy with the 46 car of Craig Gullickson alongside. In row number 3, we find car number 17. We welcome back to the network old friend George Fehrenbacher, and alongside of George aboard car number 99, that is Brian Dean. And scheduled to go out from the 7th starting position aboard car number 47. That is our good buddy, Tim Christensen. He's going to roll off tonight from P7. So 7 drivers going to take out there for their 10-lap voyage around this half mile here. Knoxville, Iowa, lit up to the best here this evening. We almost see a lot of sprint cars out here. Really cool to see the street stocks out here in a big way here tonight. Want to say once again, you guys watching live via Facebook, YouTube, Twitch TV, maybe even on FullVelocityTV.com. Do me a favor, like our link out there, share the link all over the place, let everybody know that the best of the street stocks are out here tonight in a big way. Multiple leagues represented here, all part of the 4th annual Dirt Series Street Stock Nationals. Very cool event put on by Josh Smith, Earl Clements, all the guys over here at DirtSeries.com. Check out their great website. They run here every Thursday night. They get their AMSS series going on. They always got something cool going on. Check them out, Dirt-Series.com. As I want to welcome a chat box out there. We see Mike. We see Mike out there. We see Bob, we see Corey. Great to see Eric Eichstedt's out there. Great to see Eric out there in the house. Off of turn number 4, iRacing I flag. Green flags up in the air. We are racing in heat race number 2 into turn number 1. Jim Revis and Jamie Reed going to lead the field off of the turn. Jim down low in that familiar black and white number 21 car down to the inside. Jamie Reed, that 105 car, nests up high. They stay 2 by 2 here off of that 3rd and 4th turn. That looks awesome coming off of the corner. Drag race for the race lead. Looks like Revis just by a nose over Jamie Reed. Don't give it to Reed by 5 thousandths of a second at the line, but Jim going to fight back on the inside here through turns number 1 and 2. 3 wide for that 2nd spot now down the straightaway here. Look at the big run. That 23 car gets a 25 car. Jarrett Murphy gets underneath 25 with a big head of steam now up to the lead, or up to the 2nd spot. That 25 car with a big move. Revis going to hold on. Murphy there for 2. Put Craig Gullickson into the 46 car now up to that 3rd spot. Drop Jamie Reed to 4th. And George Fehrenbacher, that number 17 car, riding up in the top 5. Tim Christensen also, the 47 car, a blue and white car, starting to make some waves as well as those guys all side by side off the corner. Jim Revis going to lead the field this time off the 4th turn to complete lap number 3, but keep an eye on that number 25 car of Jarrett Murphy behind. That guy is running down some terrific laps right now in Knoxville. He's going to look to the low side here in 3 and 4. Maybe not make a bid for the lead this time, but you got to think Jim's got to know he is there off the corner. Gullickson there running for 3rd. The race is for 4th now with Jamie Reed of the 105. And down low, we find George Fehrenbacher in the number 17 trying to make waves to the low side of the speedway. Those guys go door to door down the back straightaway for that 4th spot into turn number 3 and 4. Waiting to see if this race for the lead starts to happen off of the corner, because Murphy has run down the back of Revis. Now maybe a peek to the outside off the 4th turn for that 25 car as we complete lap number 5. 5 in, 5 to go here for heat race number 2. Off the 2nd turn they come. Revis going to float it up high. That may open the door for Jarrett Murphy down to the low side, maybe looking for the race lead into turn number 3 and 4. So far, nothing happening there. Jarrett is kind of, peeking out, making that run kind of look Revis, they're going to hold them off here to complete lap number 6. They're single file throughout the top 5, as you can see there, with Revis holding off that Jarrett Murphy, number 25, Gullickson's 46 car, Jamie Reed's 105, George Fehrenbacher, Brian Dean, Tim Christensen still out there in the 47. All 7 drivers out there trying to stake their claim, but only the top 3 will advance on to the 100-lap A main coming up here in a little while as our main event of the evening. So you guys don't want to go anywhere. We have a lot of racing left to go, and we will cover it flag to flag the best we can out here at the Phil and Jack Attack on a Thursday evening. A 3-car race down the back straightaway happening for the race lead. Murphy's 25 car going to look to the low side of Jim Revis off the 4th turn, and also Gullickson's 46 car. He's now going to go the extreme bottom, make that a great 3-car race for the lead into turn number 1. Gullickson going to peek it down low. Now he pulls alongside Murphy. Those guys going to drag race, and look at that 4th car in line. Jamie Reed, also George Fehrenbacher. This is now officially a 5-car race for the lead of 3 and 4. As this time by, we are going to take white flag on the speedway. One more trip around for car number 21 of Jim Revis, but he has 4 really good cars behind him, and these guys racing 3 wide for a transfer spot. Gullickson's in there. Fehrenbacher in there in the number 17 car. You've got Jamie Reed of the 105. Only one of those 3 guys can hold the transfer if they stay in this formation. Off the 4th turn for the final time. Murphy coming to the outside of Revis in a drag race to the start-finish line. Too close to call. Give it to Revis only by 16th, 100ths of a second. Murphy in for 2nd. George Fehrenbacher going to grab that final transfer spot. In 3rd, Craig Gullickson 4th, Jamie Reed for 5th, Brian Dean and Tim Christensen rounding out our 7-car field there for heat race number 2. That one was outstanding, and I'm assuming we're going to see a lot more of that. These street stocks always make for a terrific race night after night. By far and away my favorite car in all of iRacing to run, and I'll put them out any track and put these guys, up against anything that races out there in iRacing. It does not get better than street stock racing, and we're going to do it here in a big way tonight here in Knoxville, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Again, hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Only getting started here tonight. 2 heat races in. We got, looks like 5 heat races on the docket. Let me make sure that's official. It is indeed 5 heat races we're going to take here tonight, and then we're going to play some Super, some C main action, some B main action, and then our 100-lap feature event coming up here in just a little while. So glad you guys have tuned in tonight live here on Facebook Live, on YouTube, on Twitch TV. And we'll jump into the lineup now for heat race number 3. New name to us here on the network, on the pole in car number 66. That is Phyllis Ferris, and alongside in the number 124, that is our buddy Earl Clements. In row number 2 on the inside, our colleague here at the network aboard car number 68, Raging Ron Piles going to roll off 3rd alongside in the number 71 car from DWR, our buddy, the Iceman, Dan Stifler on the outside of the 2nd row. Also, DWR brings us the car rolling off of 5th position tonight aboard the familiar car number 10, the Trash Panda Graphics Machine. Racing Jason Salter going to roll off from 5th position, and alongside in the 150, that is Scott McBride, and shotgun on the field in the 00, that is going to be Tim Hale. So 7 drivers out there going to make their trek around for 10 laps around iRacing. I-flag, green flag goes to the air, and we are off into racing here for heat race number 3. 10 more laps around for these 7 drivers to make, and which 3 are going to advance straight in to the main event. Off the corner, Ferris going to get sideways up turn number 2, go around all by a selfie there, it looks like, off the 2nd turn. Green flag going to stay out of the racetrack, and that's going to hand the lead there to that Red Dead Redemption number 124 of Earl Clements, going to lead them at the line. Stifler now up for 2nd, Piles in for 3, Salter for 4th, and McBride our top 5, but those, of course, can fluctuate as we race down the back straightaway into turn number 3, and Stifler going to pull up to the back of Clements here in the 3rd turn. Earl going to dance up high. Stifler going to try to peek it off to the low side, off the corner. Drag race down the front straightaway. Earl's going to lead at the line, but by the time they exit turn number 2, Stifler may have enough horsepower to complete this pass, as they are door-to-door off the corner for the race lead. Also door-to-door back there for that 3rd spot as well, with Ron Piles with a 68 there, alongside racing Jason Salter and that number 10 car down to the low side. 2 wide for the lead, 2 wide for 3rd. It does not get any better than this on a Thursday night, and Clements able to hold off that big challenge Number 71 car of Stifler. They're still side by side for third there. Salter down underneath Piles as those guys continue to race it out down the back straightaway. Here comes Stifler back to the low side, looking for the race lead. Slider engaged. He's going to pull up. Earl going to come back low on the inside. Terrific moves there. Sliders being thrown here at Knoxville. The Street Stocks in heat race number 3 as we find 5 laps now going up to the board. So just now on lap number 5, Stifler going to come back to the low side off the second turn as these guys race it out like a couple of veterans here down the back straightaway. As clean as a whistle. Gives Stifler the edge at a 3. Does Earl throw the slider back? Absolutely. Put the chicken, the steak, the dogs, the ribs, the whatever you got on hold. We are throwing sliders tonight here in Knoxville, and it is Earl Clements versus Daniel Stifler for the race lead off of 2. Clements has it, but here comes the Iceman back down to the low side into turn number 3, and that is a big move into the corner. Can't quite pull the slider there. Earl going to come back on the outside, and that may bring that race for third back into the mix. Now, as Piles going to hold off Salter there for the third spot, can Rage and Ron do something there? He's going to peek under Stifler. Salter going to peek under Piles. That is an awesome 4-car race for the race league, but only the top 3 will transfer into our 100-lap A main here in a little while. The rest of these guys will have to race their way through the consolations here. Coming up next off the corner, Earl Clements continuing to hold on to the lead over Stifler. That race for third still is very much alive with Salter to the inside of Piles. Jason going to slide up the racetrack there and almost make contact with the left rear of the 71, but these guys are absolute pros. You see that at DWR every Wednesday night with guys like Stifler and Salter. We know Ron Piles can do it in a good way in the Street Stocks. Earl Clements doing a hell of a job out there. Top 4 cars pulling away now, going to complete lap number 8. We are 2 to go here in Knoxville for heat race number 3. Salter making a big move to the low side. Almost got all 3 of them off the corner. Can't clear Earl Clements, but he's going to stay door to door with Stifler there for the second spot into 3 and 4. Piles now going to try to file suit down to the low side as we take white flag on the speedway. One more trip around the half mile here in Knoxville, Iowa for the 124. Can Earl Clements hold on? Does Jason Salter have one left to throw on the high side? On the low side, I should say. Stifler still continuing to run high. Piles is the wild card of that 4th spot. Can he advance his way to the top 3? 3-way dance into turn number 3. Salter down low. Stifler trying to shoot his way to the middle. Clements off high, going to carry the momentum off the corner. A drag race to the start-finish line. Give Earl Clements the win in heat race number 3. Jason Salter going to pick up 2nd. Daniel Stifler for 3rd. Ron Piles for 4th. Scott McBride and Timothy Hale rounding out our 6 cars there for heat race number 3. That one was absolutely terrific. That's enough there to make me pause here for a brief second. I'm going to take a quick drink of the Mountain Dew. We'll be right back with our starting lineup for heat race number 4. All right, little pause there, take a drink, and give you a great time there and check out FullVelocityTV.com, our all-new website where everything you could possibly need there, including some nice new news articles. We'll be posting those as the days go on there, trying to cover all our events with all the like they so deserve, and a lot of great things left to come. Look out now. Our calendar is full, and we'd love to book your date there now. You see open date. Contact us here at the network, and we'll do the best we can to accommodate a date for your league. There is no league too big or too small. We can negotiate whatever you got out there as far as your race sponsorship goes. If you want to put that out there as well, get a hold of us today. FullVelocityTV.com. Everything you want to know as far as broadcasting goes, sponsorship, how you get involved or whatnot, it is all there, live in a living color. FullVelocityTV.com. Heat race number 4 on the racetrack, almost about to hit green flag. So let's do a quick lineup here. On the pole, the 29 of Austin McGlone, with the number 23 of Joe Housey alongside. The second row, the 173 is Andy Jones, with the number 73 of Michael Hammond alongside. In row number 3, in the 073 is Steve Robbins with the 199. Big Country, Jamison Colbert rolling off from position number 6. And shotgun on the field in the double knot 2. That is going to be Dylan Thomas. A strong 7-car field coming off to the iRacing Guy flag green. We are racing down the back straightaway into turn number 3 in a race where 73s are truly wild, as we have an 073, a 73, a 173. Going to be too tough to call here tonight as they work their way off of turn number 4, completing lap number 1 at the line and give the race lead to our pole sitter, Austin McLaughlin there, and the number 29 car, Joel Housey in for 2. Michael Hammond going to run third on that number 073 car down the back straightaway. Is trying to figure out what 73 is what here. Got a 173 there, a 073 there, so this shouldn't be too terribly hard off the corner as we match up my eyes with the paint schemes out there and get them all figured out off of turn number 4. McGloin leading in that number 29. Housey still continuing to run second of the 73, but here comes Hammond in that number 73 car. Andy Jones of the 173, and look out for old Big Country. Jamison Colbert at CNC Race Designs machine, the 199. He has that thing digging as well. And these guys, look at that picture off the 4th turn. This is awesome to watch here off the corner as McGloin continues to lead. But now up to second will be Hammond in that number 73 car. Michael Hammond making his presence known to the low side here into turn number 3 and 4. How long can McGloin hold that lead for as he's running up high? Look at Hammond run that low side of the racetrack. Looks like he may be one of the few cars right now going to run down low as this track surface seems to be going up to the high lane as they drive into 1 and 2. McGloin's red, white, black emerald car going to lead off the corner. That white and dark color is 73 off that second turn. Going to hold on to that second spot in the 23 of Housey. He'll fight back there high side for third. Good race going on for the 4th spot back there with Andy Jones and Jamison Colbridge. Those guys on the outside looking into a transfer, but you have to win that battle there if you want to get into the top 3. And those guys doing a heck of a job into the corner here. Who is it going to be off the corner? Looks like Jamison going to take over the 4th spot. 199 now up to P4 into turns number 3 and 4 and off of the corner. We're past halfway here, 6 in. We're going to complete 6 here this time by begin lap number 7 into the corner. Austin McGloin's 29 car continues to lead over Michael Hammond's 73. Joe Housey now, he's under fire in that 23 from Bill Big Country back there in the 199, and also now Andy Jones in the 173 making it wave up to the outside of the racetrack as well. So these guys trying to make it happen. They are running out of laps to try to get to this transfer spot because we are 7 laps into turn number 1. McGloin leading, but look at Hammond down to the low side of the racetrack. We have a race for the lead off of turn number 2. Hammond trying to make it happen to the low side. It's just not happening for him there. Position change for the 3rd spot as well, as it looks like old Big Country. Jamison Colbert is now up to the 3rd spot in the 199. He'll drop Housey back to the 4th spot, so put BC up there into that final transfer as we got 2 to go on the speedway this time. 2 more trips around, and who is going to prevail in this one? Because it's a hell of a battle here between McGloin and the 29 car and that number 73 of Michael Hammond. Into 3 and 4, they stay locked, glued side by side for the race lead off the turn. We are going to get white flag up on the field. 1 more trip around the half mile here in Knoxville, Iowa. The 73 of Hammond driving it deep into the corner. Does he have to slide up the hill in front of McGloin? Does not. Here comes Austin back up to the racetrack of the 29. They'll continue to race it out. Jamison Colbridge there for 3rd. He may look for room around in the 3 and 4 for the final time they come. They drag race off the corner. Who's this going to be? McGloin versus, oh my goodness. McGloin going to hold on. Hammond by 0.83 seconds at the line. 0.083 for Austin McGloin. Michael Hammond will finish up 2nd. 3rd goes to Jamison Colbridge. Joe Housey for 4th. Andy Jones 5th. Steve Robbins and Dylan Thomas running our 7-car field there for heat race number 4. So all 4 of these have been absolutely terrific, and I expect no less here for heat race number 5 that's about to pull out to the racetrack now. I'm going to once again take a peek over here to the Facebook Live chat, and you guys are out there in a big way tonight. I see Caleb out there. Good to see Caleb. I know you're out there racing. I see Terry Norris. I see Katie out there. Katie, welcome aboard. Our buddy Bob out there as well. Glad you guys are all tuning in. I'll try to follow us along this chat all night long the best I can, but hard to do with just Just kind of me by myself here tonight. The Phil and Jack attack on a Thursday night. My partner in crime, Mr. Stanton, unfortunately had to work here this evening, so I don't think he was going to be home until even past the 10 o'clock hour. So I'll carry this one the weight here tonight. As me and him been switching off at a pretty good clip here recently as well, trying to keep each other fresh, keep the family stuff going on behind the scenes as things get busy this time of year. And we're a partnership over here at the network between ourselves and Jack and Ron Piles and everybody behind the scenes here. Great group that make up the network here night after night. We're very happy to bring these events to you. But heat race number 5, 1 lap away from going under the green flag. So what do you say we take you through our starting lineup for our final heat race of the night? On the pole tonight, aboard car number 27. That is Casey Brunson, and is outside in the number 78. That is Stephen Redunes. In row number 2, we welcome back the driver of the 61 car, Earl Arch Jr., and alongside of Earl, the number 1 car, that is Alex Brewer. In our third row aboard the 22, that is Shane Maddie, with Kyle Vollringer rolling off in the 6th spot aboard car number 01. And final car to take to the Speedway tonight will be car number 319. That is David Brewer. So 7 drivers strong, 10 laps around. Final race of the night here as heat races go. Top 3 will make it 15. Even to the feature event, we will race to our consolation events. Coming up next for iRacing, I flag, green flag goes in the air. We are racing off into turn number 1 and 2. And right away, it looks like that Casey Brunson's car, it was scored in the race server as the number 27, but he's got his familiar number 10 on the side of that thing as well. So I guess we can go with that here on the screen with the number 10 car. Brunson going to lead off the corner. Up to second, we find the 78 of Stephen Redunes. Earl Arts up to third. David Brewer already in the 319, already up to the 4th spot. He is making waves. Vollringer, Maddie, Alex Brewer. Alex dropping back in the number 1 car, back to the 7th position. So I didn't think we'd see Alex drop back there early. Definitely some issues there for Alex Brewer in the number 1 car as we race off the second turn to complete lap number 2. And up front, it is still Casey Brunson over Stephen Redunes. That 78 car, very, very sharp. First time I personally seen that scheme out there. That thing looks awesome. Racing for the 3rd spot into turn number 3, we see Earl Arts back there with his hands full. Here comes David Brewer, then the 319. Kyle Vollringer there in the 01 as well. Those guys back there currently racing for that final transfer spot into turns number 1 and 2. And look at the run that 319 of Brewer has down low. Earl Arch Jr. going to keep all that momentum gathered up in the high lane. They'll stay door to door through 3 and 4 here to complete lap number 4. And up front, it's still Casey Brunson of the 10 car leading Stephen Redunes. And now off the 4th turn we come. Earl Arch holding on preciously to that 3rd spot. David Brewer going to drive it deep down to turn number 1 and 2. Not enough room to slide up the hill. That may impede the progress there and may open the door for Kyle Vollringer in the 01 to come back forward. And that great race going on back there for 6th as well. Alex Brewer to the inside of Shane Maddie in the number 22. So there is good racing going on out here. Up there for the transfer spot. Also the final position on the racetrack. Those guys are locked in door to door, racing for all the real estate they can. Because if you don't make the A main here, that's the starting position for one of your B main or your C main, whatever it may be. I'm not sure if it's alphabet soup here tonight or 2 consies. I believe it's 2 consies, but I do not have a clear word on that. Josh can hear me. Maybe Josh can poke that info over to me and let me know, or somebody over there certainly can as well. Well, off the 4th turn we come. We are halfway home here, now completing lap number 6, and it's all Casey Brunson up front over Stephen Redunes. Good race for the 3rd spot now. Give it to David Brewer in the 319. Earl Arch Jr. back to 4th, but he's going to shoot back to the low side into 3, racing for that final transfer of these heat races of the night. Off the 4th turn, Brewer going to carry all that momentum perfectly. May open the door for Kyle Vollringer to peek down to the low side here into turn number 1. 01 going to look for room off the 2nd turn, and it's running there, but it's tough sledding here so far in Knoxville. As off on the 4th turn as they continue to race side by side for the 4th spot. The Star going to put those 2-6 down. 2 more trips around for the 10 car of Casey Brunson off the 4th turn. He leads the field over Stephen Redunes. David Brewer now racing on for the 3rd spot. It is a dead heat for 4th between Earl Arch Jr. and David Brewer in the 319. And those guys may want to settle quick work of it here, because that's exactly what that 3rd place car, that number 319 of David Brewer. What he definitely wants to see is those guys in his mirror racing there for that last spot back there behind as Brewer holds a transfer off of turn number 2. We are under the white flag. Casey Brunson for the final time. Going to charge his way down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. And it looks like this one here, maybe the most runaway heat race of the night. Off the turn, Brunson going to pick up the win there in the 10. Radoon's going to hold on there for second. Brewer made a race of that, put David Brewer in that final transfer third. Kyle Vollringer fourth. Earl Lutz Jr. going to finish up fifth there with, looks like Shane Maddie and Alex Brewer going to run out of field there for 7 cars in heat race number 5. These were all great. Awesome job by these guys tonight at DirtSeries.com, the 4th annual Street Stock Nationals here for these guys at Dirt Series. They run here every Thursday night. A lot of good stuff going on, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying this one in a big way here this evening. Looks like the C main is about to work its way onto the racetrack, or this could be B main number 1, I believe it's going to be. We'll scramble over here real quick, see if we can't grab the format, as I believe that's exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see here, though. The beauty of live TV, when even the announcer sometimes loses the format sheet, and we'll go back here, we'll regather again, as looks like my browser on this end crashed, so bear with me here as we'll scramble to the starting lineup as soon as I can get correct information out to you. But I'm pretty certain this will be all right. Trying to get that retrieved for you guys. Let's take you through the starting lineup here. I believe B main number 1 we're going to call this. We'll call it the C, call it the B main. I know top 4 will advance in to the next round. So on the pole will be car number 72 of Trevor Baker with the 68 car of Raging Ron Piles alongside. In the second row, the 01 is Kyle Vollringer with the 105 of Jamie Reed. Andy Jones starts next to the 173 with Josh Smith, the number 83 rolling off 6th. Row number 4, the 00 was Tim Hale. The number 1 is Alex Brewer. And in our final row, we find the number 47 of Tim Christensen with the 002 of Dylan Thomas as the lights go out on the iRacing.com page truck. And that will take us here in Green Flag Racing next time around. And anxious to see what 4 cars will advance out of here into the main event this evening. All right, getting ready to go here off the 4th turn. The iRacing flag, green flag's up in the air. We are racing for a 12-lap event here into turn number 1 and 2 with Trevor Baker, 72 leader Ron Piles off the corner. Here comes Vollringer in the 01, charging down the low side. He started out in that 3rd spot. Jamie Reed's 105 alongside. They hit turn number 3. This is a great race off the corner. This may be 3 wide by the time they exit the 4th turn. It is a drag race down the front stretch. This is only lap number 1, folks, of what we're calling the C main here. Trevor Baker leading Ron Piles, Jamie Reed, Kyle Vollringer. Only those top 4 will transfer on into the main event as they hit turn number 3 here. And so far, so good for these guys, keeping it clean and green and complete lap number 2. This race has been so superiorly clean here tonight. So thoroughly impressed the way these guys are racing each other. Off a turn, Baker holding on to the race lead, but they are 3 wide for that 2nd spot. Vollringer down to the low side. Reed there in the middle, Piles up high in the 68. Those guys all tangoing door to door and looking to pounce on the 72 car. Race leader Trevor Baker to turn number 3 and 4. I mean, they're so close to each other. Guys here are just not touching each other, which is really awesome. Awesome to watch as Alex Brewer, the 1 car, now starting to flex his muscle to the low side. He's going to make it a 3-car race there for the 3rd spot off the 2nd turn as we go door to door for the lead off that 2nd turn with Vollringer underneath Baker. This one is terrific, as it has been all night long. This has been so much fun to watch. I am enjoying the heck out of this call here this evening, and don't even look off the screen as this one's happening so quick. And so far, so good for Trevor Baker, that 72, but look at the run that Vollringer has. Down low in the 01 car, and look at that run for that 3rd spot. Great run for that 105 of Jamie Reed. Started off the outside of the second row and has kept that car digging. Battle is for that fourth and final transfer spot with Alex Brewer underneath Ron Piles off of turn number 4 as they just continue to rage it out there for these coveted positions. And look at the race coming on behind as Piles going to fall into an attack now from Josh Smith into number 83. Josh is now all of a sudden coming to life. Ron's car may be going away as Josh and Brewer leaning on each other off the fourth turn. They somehow keep it collected. Piles going to get it short of the stick there as he's going to get overtaken by, it looks like, Dylan Thomas on a double knot 2 to the low side as they exit off the corner. It looks like a 3 car on the side of Dylan Thomas's car. So trying to match up car numbers of what they are on the server versus what they are on the racetrack. iRacing custom numbers like to make that pretty tough on these announcers sometime. But off the fourth turn to complete lap number 7 as yellow flag going to greet us here on the speedway. Yellow flag for the first time here as Trevor Baker going to lead Jamie Reed and Kyle Vohringer to the line. Yellow going to find us on the racetrack for the first time tonight on lap number 8. And I believe it's going to be something going on with the Andy Jones of the 173 car. Looks like something amiss there. May have been kind of all by himself, but it's going to make our first replay of the night. Going to make our first caution flag of the night, brought to you by Hanover Wrecker Services. All yellow flags here on the Full Velocity Racing Network are. Thank Tyler for all his support. Check him out now, Hanover Wrecker Service on Facebook. The Full Velocity Racing Network replay presented by BladeNode.com. Rolling out to you live and in your eyes now, and it looks like it's just exactly what I thought it was there. Little innocent spin. Looks like contact there with Ron Piles in the 68 sent Andy Jones around, so tough break for Andy. You have to go to the back of the field. Looks like he'll restart 9th. Looks like Tim Hale in the 00 may have already called it a night there. As looks like his car has some tough handling. As appreciate you guys all tuning in here tonight live. DirtSeries.com 4th annual Street Stock Nationals being run here at the Knoxville Raceway is clicking here feverishly for the last little bit, trying to make sure I've got this correct format in front of me, and I think I finally get the proper sheet. And it looks like, indeed, these are going to be 2B main. So I want to make sure that info is correct. I thought it was, but it certainly is. Now I can call it officially. This is B main number 1 of the night. Top 4 are going to race their way on into the main event coming up here in just a brief little while. So top 4 of these drivers will race their way for 100 laps here at Knoxville of our main event of the evening, which is going to be a great one. Looks like the restart is going to be this coming time around. It is going to be single file restart. I believe the lights are right around the speedway, making a green and a white flag here off the quarter with Trevor Baker leading Jamie Reed, Kyle Vohringer, and Alex Brewer now up to 4th. 5th, we find Tim Christensen, Dylan Thomas in for 7th, Ron Piles 8th, Josh Smith 9th, and or Andy Jones is 9th, and how did I mess that one up? 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Top 9 there on the racetrack off of turn number 4. We take the green and the white. iRacing flag, green flag off at turn number 1. We are racing here for the race win. We're also keeping an eye on that final transfer spot off the corner into turn number 3 for the final time. Trevor Baker going to drive it in down there deep aboard that number 72. Jamie Reed there for 2nd. Looks like he may make a run to the inside. A drag race to the start-finish line. Give B main number 1's victory to Trevor Baker. Jamie Reed for 2nd. Kyle Vohringer 3rd. Alex Brewer picking up our final transfer here. And B main number 1, 5th gonna go to Tim Christensen, Dylan Thomas, Ron Piles, Josh Smith, Andy Jones, and Tim Hale round out our 10-car field there for B main number 1. So unfortunately for those last 6, Tim and Dylan and Ron and Josh, Andy, and Tim, those guys are all going to be off for the night. Their nights are going to be done, and we're going to move in now to B main number 2, final qualification event of the night before a 100-lap main event. What do you say? We dive into the starting lap. I look over here and I see my buddies Rocky. I see Rob Sanderson out there. I see Caleb, and I see our good buddy, the natural one, EJ Jones, saying, Phil, Fireball Cake. Yes, indeed. I heard you last night, EJ. Fireball Cake. I am so in. We'll hook you up on that next time, maybe on Wednesday night here. We go back to Wednesday night street fights. But let's take it through the lineup here For our final qualifier of the night, B main number 2 on the pole, going to be car number 46 of Craig Gullickson with number 23 of Joel Housey alongside. In the second row of the board, car number 3, that is going to be Chad Hanna with the 150 of Scott McBride on the outside of the second row. Row number 3, the 61 of Earl Arch Jr. with the number 99 car of Brian Dean, going to roll off 6. Row number 4, 7th starter, the 073 is Steve Robbins with the number 35 car of Brett Rolls, rolling off 8th in our 5th and final row. Aboard car 66, that is Phyllis Farrell, and shotgun on the field aboard car number 22. That is going to be Shane Maddie. So there's your starting lineup, 10 cars strong, 12 laps around, and only the final 4, the top 4, will make up what I believe is going to be, say, 3 times 5 is 15 plus 8. I call that 23 car feature event coming up next year live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. Field into turn number 3 and 4, and this time the iRacing.com pace vehicle should be making its way onto pit road. There he is, ducking for cover. That's going to put it in the hand of a starter. He's going to look over the field off the 4th turn. He's going to wave the flag, iRacing, I flag. Green flag is up in the air, and we go racing for our final qualification event of the night. B main number 2, Bob Gullickson, Craig Gullickson, number 46 car, leading him off the corner. Joe Housey's 23 up high, and here comes Chad Hanna in that number 3 car. Going to look to the low side for that runner-up spot into turn number 3 and 4 to complete lap number 1. Give that second spot to Hanna. The race will now go on for 3rd. Housey there on the high side of the 23. Earl Arch Jr. going to come to the low side in that number 61. Through turns number 1 and 2, Earl Arch doing a good job here early in B main number 2 as these guys race toe-to-toe into turn number 3, and only the top 4 will advance out of this one alive. Off the 4th turn we come. Gullickson can continue to show the way aboard that 46 car. Chad Hanna in for 2, but look at that run off of 3rd place for Earl Arch Jr. in the number 61 car, maybe taking it down low under Chad Hanna there into turn number 3. Battle also going on behind them with Chad Hanna in the 3 car. Is that Brian Dean, or is that Joe Housey? That's Brian Dean 99 also back there here. My timing and scoring is all completely jacked up here as we start finish line to complete lap number 4. Gullickson, Hanna, Arts, and Brian Dean of the number 99 now up to that top 4. That yellow car rolling on the inside looks to be doing a great job up to that 4th spot as we race off in off of turn number 4 to complete the 4th lap of the event here. Final qualification event of the night. As we've said, Craig Gullickson doing all the right things, leading this one, but it's a good 3-car race for the 2nd spot. Hanna up high, Earl Arch in the middle, Dean gonna run down low. Dean gonna relinquish there that spot down low. They go back 2 wide. Arch down underneath Hanna into 3 and 4. Now here comes that 99. Brian Dean is he gonna peek his way down off of 4, make this a 3-way dance on the straightaway? No, he is not. They'll stay 2 wide there. Earl Arch and Chad Hanna. These guys racing it out for that 2nd spot. Brian Dean holding on to that final transfer off the corner, but do not look in your mirror, Brian, because you've got some good drivers behind like Steve Robbins, Joe Housey's back there, Brett Rolls back there, Shane Maddie, Scott McBride, Phyllis Ferris, the 66 car out there as well. All those guys going at it toe-to-toe. Now off of turn number 4. And Gullickson starting to drive away from these guys. 6 car lengths off of the corner there. Off the 2nd turn. They're racing back here for 2nd and 3rd. Is a good one. Dean getting really loose. Looks like all those guys checking up, making contact. Dean off the left rear of the Hanna machine, that number 3. They all kept it straight, but Brian Dean may lose out in this one, as he is going to lose a couple of spots there, as he's going to allow guys like Joe Housey to go by. Also, Brett rolls down to 35 car. Put the Tennessee Tumbler now up in that 4th and final transfer spot here in Knoxville. Halfway home here now, working lap number 8 of 12 into turn number 3 and 4. And Gullickson is trying to run away and hide here. He's going to do just that, running with the race lead. Earl Arch Jr. comfortably running in 2nd. The race back here is for the 4th spot as Hanna continues to hold on to 3rd. Rolls getting a little bit out of shape. He's going to lose spots to Joel Housey, Brian Dean, and Steve Robbins. So this one is very competitive back here, and all bets are off when you are racing for the final transfer spot on one of these races, that is where all the drama lays right now. As off the turn, we complete lap number 9, begin lap number 10. And I look up here in that 46 car. Just motoring along, good 6 or 7 car lengths over Earl Arch Jr. Now, yellow flag going to come out the speedway. This one may be the race for the final time into 3 and 4. Brian Dean going to drive it in deep under housing to turn number 3 and 4 now. Looks like coming back to 2 to go with the yellow flag, and this should probably do it here for B-Main number 2. Gullickson going to take, looks like the unofficial win here, where Earl Arch, Chad Hanna, and Joe Housing going to hold on for the 4th spot over Brian Dean, Steve Robbins, Brett Rolls, and Shane Matty. Looks like caution on the racetrack. Hannibal Record Service caution flag here on lap number 10. Looks like the 66 of Phyllis Ferris goes around. That's going to be the spotlight here at our BladeNo.com full velocity racing replay. Phyllis Ferris going around. Looks like all by itself. Doing a little selfie spin. Yellow coming out in the speedway and now off the 4th turn. The yellow flag accompanied by that white flag. Going to be a maiden voyage around the Knoxville Raceway for car number 46 of Craig Gullickson, Earl Arch Jr., Chad Hanna, Joe Housey going to grab that final transfer. The 99 of Brian Dean, the 73 of Steve Robbins, the 35 of Brett Rolls, the 22 car of Shane Matty, the 150 of Scott McBride and Phyllis Ferris, and the 66. Those 6 drivers going to come up short here as off of the 4th turn. Behind that iRacing.com pace truck officially giving the win now to car number 46 as he goes under that yellow and the checker flag, and that 4 cars, they survive. Gullickson, Arts, Hanna, Housey, that are going to be your cars to make up our main event here tonight. 23 drivers have punched their way in to the 100-lap main event that makes up the 4th annual DirtSeries.com Street Stock Nationals tonight in the Knoxville Raceway. Glad you guys are all aboard. We're going to pause here for the cause for a brief minute. Watch you guys take a look at one of our presenting sponsors here tonight, iRacing iFlag. Check this out. We'll be back here live on your source for esports racing.
Boy, these iRacing iFlag cars are fast tonight.
You know, Todd, I guarantee you, Brown, Leonardi, Weaver, Capert, and Pena are all using their products on their sponsor tonight to give them the upper hand over the competition.
Well, how can I get fast like those guys?
Well, that's easy, Todd. You gotta head over to iRacingIFlag.com.
All right, back here live in your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network, presented by Hannibal Record Service, iRacing iFlag, Montstar Productions, BladeNode.com, TDR Racing League, Har Motorsports, Full Throttle with the Gent, Evil One Graphics, and a presenting sponsor tonight, CNC Race Designs. Check all those great sponsors out. Now is the 100-lap main event about to take to the legendary Knoxville Raceway. So before we get racing, what do you say we throw this thing trackside? Let's pay honor to the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, and the playing of our national anthem. Back here live inside the legendary Knoxville Raceway tonight here with another round of Full Velocity TV live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, where you can find us live here tonight on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV, and also available on our all-new website. Got our feeds linked there as well, fullvelocitytv.com. Check it out now. All the information that goes on about Full Velocity Racing Network stuff, it is all there. Whether it's you want to become a sponsor, we got the packages listed there. You want to get involved here as a contributor to Full Velocity Racing Network, we can show you how there as well. Our full calendar events, you can even book your next broadcast here live with Full Velocity through our website as well. Also watch all our archive videos and check out all the great stuff out there. News blurbs, and there'll be some editorial stuff and a lot of things out there, so check out the new website. FullVelocityTV.com is at the final seconds click down of a 5-minute warm-up. These last chance for these guys to test and tune and get these setups all dialed in, or get their race settings all dialed in for the evening. We are out here on a fixed setup here tonight, so the setups don't change, but the drivability these guys have with stuff they can adjust to, they're getting it all worked in now, so it looks like we are locked and loaded, ready to go for a 100-lap main event. The 4th annual DirtSeries.com Street Stock Nationals, live in a living color, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And here is how our 23-car lineup is going to come to post on the pole. Aboard car number 5, that is Dylan Petty, and alongside we find our buddy the Evil One. Aboard car number 21 from Evil One Graphics, DWR's own Mr. Jim Revis on the outside pole. In row number 2 in the 124, that is our good buddy Earl Clements, the leader of the Stars Donations Brigade out there on Facebook. And on the outside, aboard car number 29, that is Austin McGloin. In the 3rd row, we find the driver of the number 10 car. That is Casey Brunson with the number 13 of Caleb Ramsey on the outside of the 3rd row. In row number 4, we find the number 25 of Jarrett Murphy with the number 10 car alongside the Trash Panda Graphics car, racing Jason Salter. Rolling off position number 8, the 5th row, we find car number 73 of Michael Hammond with the number 78 car of Stephen Radoon. Starting off 11th this evening, the Smooth Criminal aboard car number 33, that is Torrin Shirts, and alongside the number 17, welcome back to Full Velocity, Mr. George Fehrenbacher rolling off 12th. 13th starter in the car number 71, our buddy from DWR, the Iceman, Daniel Stiffel, rolls off from 13th, and alongside in the 199 from CNC Race Designs, that is our buddy Big Country, Jameson Colbert, starting off 14th. 15th starter aboard the number 319, that is David Brewer, and alongside in the number 72 car, that is Trevor Baker. The 46 rolls off next, that is Craig Gullickson with the number 105 of Jamie Reed, rolling off 18th. In row number 10, we find the 61 car, Earl Arch Jr. with the number 01 of Kyle Vollringer. Chad Hanna rolls off 21st aboard car number 3, Alex Brewer in the 1, Joel Housey in the number 23 car, rounding out our 23 car starting field tonight live. The 4th annual Dirt Series Street Stock Nationals are green as the iRacing Guy flag. Green flag takes us racing into turn number 1. Dylan Petty going to lead the field down there with Jim Revis in tow. Earl Clements going to be the first car on the inside, running in that 3rd spot, and look at the run to the outside for Austin McGloin on the 29. He's going to charge up to position number 3. They hit turn number 3 and 4 for the first time, and keep in mind, guys, a 100-lap main event, so if you get after your car early, Lord knows how that thing is going to go away, because it's going to be some tough sledding here tonight. Live in Knoxville, off of turn number 2, the race leader is Dylan Petty, but Jim Revis going to chase him down the 1 car length even down the backstretch into turn number 3. McGloin in there for 3rd. The race back there is a dandy for the 4th spot between Caleb Ramsey, the 13, Jim Revis, Earl Clements in the 124. Jason Salter's number 10 car starting to roll his way forward in the early laps of the race as they work their way off the 2nd turn. A race for the lead as we hit turn number 3. Dylan Petty on the outside. Here comes the Evil One, Jim Revis, down to the low side into turn number 3 and 4. They are in a dead heat for the race lead as they're going to complete lap number 3. And can these guys, who is going to have the might to roll at this pace for 100 laps? These guys go door to door. Some of the best of the street stocks out here tonight in full display on a Thursday night. I wonder how the endurance is going to play out for 100 laps here in Knoxville. I am sure that is enough to wear any man or woman out there out in a big way as they charge off the second turn. They continue to race for the lead up there. Revis and Petty give it to Revis into turn number 1 and 2. Petty now back to second. McGloin for third. This race for fourth. A great one here as Jason Salter has marched that number 10 trash painted graphics car to the inside of Caleb Ramsey's 13 into positions number 4 and 5 off the fourth turn. Now they go back there side by side. Even further behind where we find the 73 car of Michael Hammond and Earl Clements as we have a race once again for the race lead. Revis now under fire from Dylan Petty, who's going to use the outside lane here in Knoxville. Can Dylan Petty find magic early on in that 5 car? He's going to work the high lane off of 3 and 4. The veteran Jim Revis working down low. They door to door at the line. Looks like giveless one to Dylan Petty at the line. Revis going to drive it deep into 1 and 2. Maybe slide up the hill. Petty going to come back to the low side, cut off the nose of Austin McGloin there. That number 29 is now Petty going to the low side of Revis for the lead into turns number 3 and 4. Great one so far. Looks like Dylan may hold the spot. Jim going to fire back up high as these guys, 2 of the best, go door to door for the race lead into turn number 3, or turn number 1, I should say. Petty for the lead. Revis now going to cross it over. Jim Revis going to look back to the low side, down the back straightaway. McGloin there as well. Caleb Ramsey still holding on to that 4th spot. Racing Jason Salter in 5th, but he's under fire from that 73 of Michael Hammond, who's starting to march his way forward as well. But this race for the lead continues to be a great one between Petty and Revis. Give it to Revis off the corner. Look at that charge, that big momentum surge for car number 5 as he roars down to the bottom of the track into turn number 3 and 4. And these guys going at it, I'm wondering all the breath I can hold. We'll take this one till my eyes turn blue. How does that one sound, guys? We'll take this throughout the night. Petty going to lead this lap around over Revis. Revis now going to follow the clutches of McGloin to the 29 as they go off the corner, 3 wide for the race lead off the second turn. Petty going to carry the momentum up high. Revis going to hold off McGloin, but now it's going to open the door for Caleb Ramsey's 13 car to shoot the gap in the outside lane. They go toe to toe for the 3rd spot off the corner. Give it to Ramsey now off the 4th turn as Revis going to fight back to the inside of Dylan Petty through the turn now 1 and 2. Down low is, man, there is good racing action going on all over Knoxville right now as I look glancing back through the field. There is some good 2-wide racing going on all over this legendary half mile. There's too much list for one guy to call, and this has been awesome to watch so far as we complete 10 laps here. 100 the main event distance tonight for the 4th annual Dirt Series Street Stock Nationals live from the Eldora Speedway off of the second turn. Jim Revis is leading, but look at this 2-car race. Caleb Ramsey now to the inside of Dylan Petty for the 2nd spot. Does Caleb have a shot to throw here into turn number 3 and 4? He'll slide on the 2nd spot. Petty going to cross it back over. And look at the move for racing Jason Salter with 10 car. He's going to try to make it happen to the low side. Maybe pick up 2nd off of turn number 2. This is what street stock veterans do that run these cars night after night. Revis and Salter and Ramsey, these 3 guys do it very well. Dylan Petty, no slouch at all. Dylan going to fire back on the low side. They continue to stay door to door for the race lead. Door to door for 3rd, Austin McGloin, Michael Hammond. Those guys going at it for 5th. Earl Clements is back there 7th, having a hell of a race in his own, but Casey Brunson, there is good racing going on all over the racetrack right now. Torrin Schurz has marched his way into the top 10 aboard that number 33 car as he's trying to make waves up there. Can the Smooth Criminal make it happen back there tonight aboard car of 33? Right behind him, you got guys like Jamie Reed of the 105. That's your current top 10 as we complete lap number 14. This has been so good to watch. This racing so far is just absolutely superb, and Jim Revis continuing to hold on off that 2nd turn. Revis now 2nd as Petty has made the move around. Dylan Petty shot out up to the lead there in the number 5. Revis now back to 2nd in this good 3-car race now. 2-car race for 3rd between Ramsey in the 13 and Salter in the 10 is going. McGloin holding on for position number 5. How about George Fehrenbacher, the 17? Somehow George snuck into the picture. George now up to the 6th spot and digging aboard car number 17 is Now these guys high, wide, and handsome, rolling into turn number 3 and 4. 15 laps in of 100 as they lock and load here for racing inside the top 5 as we'll try to go back here and follow. You know, some really good racing back here going on. Look, it's just so good at the top. I don't want to go away from it. Fehrenbacher back there now. A 3-car race between Michael Hammond. Earl Clements is back there. You got Casey Brunson, Torrin Shirts. This is racing outside the top 5 with these guys fighting for every inch of real estate. These guys are 2x2 all the way back to about 22nd right now. This is just fantastic. 18 laps in. Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV, light this chat box up right now because this is just absolutely awesome. So good to watch. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Really wish my partner Todd was here because this is the kind of racing that gets that guy excited as well. Wish Todd could join me tonight. Todd had to work the late shift here this evening, so Phil and Jack attack for a Thursday night here with DirtSeries.com, and next time by we will be 1/5 the way home. 20 laps to go on the board of a 100-lap main event, and so far, so good up front for car number 5 of Dylan Petty. Jason Salter has now raced his way up to 2nd. Jim Revis back to 3rd. Kayla Ramsey, Austin McGloin running 5th. George Fehrenbacher, Earl Clements, Michael Hammond, Torrin Shirts, and now Jamison Colbert has snuck his way into the top 10 as those guys continue to race it out good back there. Colbridge, Hammond, Shirts, Vollringer. And it looks like we have a spinner out on the racetrack. I believe it was a 17 car that may have went around. Caution flag. Hannibal Record Service yellow flag, number 1 of the night here on lap number 20. Going to be able to load us up here a Full Velocity Racing Network. BladeNo.com instant replay. And Jack will show it off to you now as he goes back and found it. I think he called it out right away. 17 of Fehrenbacher going around it or not. And as hard as these guys are racing back there, I got to assume there, Jack, there had to be a little bit of contact there for poor George on the 17 car, who's going to go from racing in the top 6 to racing now back into 23rd. And that's going to be a tough break as there was a lot of good race cars all in between. And George Fehrenbacher, one of the nicest guys out there, one of the best drivers out there, he's going to have to tow his way now back from position number 23. We are under yellow here. And it looks like it was a 17 car getting into the side of the 13 of Caleb Ramsey that sent him around. So that puts us under yellow flag here for the first time in a 100-lap main event on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. We'll be right here back live with the restart. All right, getting set to go for a restart. I see yet the Facebook Live chat is coming live with our first Stars donation of the night. Got to thank Corey Whitworth for that. And if you guys like to be a part of the Full Velocity Racing Network, those Stars donations, gang, they help us out in a big way as we like to do things. You know, the saying is, go big or go home. And we do that here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Is our iRacing flag, green flag, going to return to the speedway now. Beginning lap number 24 with Dylan Petty leasing Jason Salter, Jim Revis, Caleb Ramsey, Austin McGloin. Now Jamison Colbert jumped to the 6th spot in what he called the rust bucket tonight in that 199, racing down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Look at all big BC go. He's going to go underneath Austin McGloin there, racing for the 4th spot into turn number 3 and 4. Dylan Petty going to hold on to the lead, but look at racing Jason Salter. Jason going to come to the low side aboard that trash pan. And graph number 10 is our yellow flag. Going to come back on the speedway. Yellow flag for the 2nd time tonight, working on lap number 25. 2nd Hannibal Record Service yellow flag of the night. 25 laps into the book. And trying to go back and find where the yellow... Oh, looks like it was racing with top 5. Old Big Country getting to the side of Caleb Ramsey, and those guys got together and went for a little bit of a wild ride there. BladeNo.com, Full Velocity Racing Network replay shows you just that. Colbridge into the side of Ramsey, putting us under the second yellow flag of the night on your source for esports racing. Right here, back here live in Knoxville with the restart. Yeah, he is. All right, back here live with a restart. iRacing I flag, green flag, going to go in the air now on lap number 29, where we find Dylan Petty leading Jason Salter and Jim Revis down in the turn number 1 and 2. Look at that 33 car, the Smooth Criminal torn shirts. I had a feeling he was going to be making waves before too long, as he has come from position in the top 10, now racing in the top 5, but race lead off the corner between Dylan Petty and racing Jason Salter aboard car number 10. Jason down low. Dylan Petty getting running up high. We'll see Jason throw the slider off into the corner. No, they're going to stay door-to-door off at turn number 2, and look at that momentum Highside getting right now. Dylan going to take that big run to the turn number 3. Salter going to drive it deep in the low side into 3 and 4, but going to be the same song, same dance off the corner. Dylan Petty going to hold on to the race lead. Salter going to continue to race in there for 2. Jim Revis back there in the 21 car running third now. Kyle Vollringer in the number 01 car. He is up to 4th, and he has got that thing rolling. Good run so far early on in the event for the number 01 of Kyle Vollringer. Casey Brunson, how about Casey in another 10 car out there? Casey Brunson up into the top 5 as yellow flag going to grace us here in turn number 3. Once again, yellow flag for the 3rd time, just as we're about 1/3 the way home on lap number 32. We agreed upon the Hanover Record Service caution flag once again. And tough to tell where this one may have started from, as our BladeNote.com Full Velocity Racing Network replay will show it off. And Jack will go down there and go to work. And I see back here, if I give Jack some direction, I saw Fehrenbacher's name kind of drift back here. Joe Housey's 23 car was back there, maybe around where Jarrett Murphy's 25 car was. Let's take a look back there, as I'm not exactly sure where the contact may have happened from, but yellow flag on the speedway now for the 3rd time. I think Jack may have just found it, so we'll show you off here a BladeNote.com Full Velocity Racing Network replay. Thanks to the guys over there at BladeNote.com. Once again, you go over to BladeNote.com, use promo code FERN on your first month or yearly contract here for either web hosting, a VPS server, or even order a dedicated server. They'll give you 25% off the VPS servers or web hosting, whatever else you may need. Get a hold of them now. BladeNote.com and a yellow flag for the 3rd time on lap number 34. We'll pause for the cause. We'll be back here live with a restart on your source for esports racing. Off the fourth turn and a ragged start there, but the iRacing I flag, green flag returns to the speedway, and Dylan Petty in the 5 car completely just nailed it on that one. Almost ran through the pace truck off the fourth turn. As we go back to racing, Petty in a sprint at the 5 car legs. A 3-wide battle happening now for position number 2 with Jim Revis back there with 21 car. You've got the 10 of Jason Salter, the other 10 car of Casey Brunson. Those guys racing at it back there, second, third, and fourth. Looks like Revis will hold on. Or Volringer now up to second, I should say, is show what happened. Oh, my timing scores I messed up. Revis up to second, Salter for third. I clicked down a little bit too far. Dylan Petty, all I do know, in the number 5 car, racing off at the lead of a turn number 3 and 4 up high. Revis going to continue to follow suit. In the high side, they lock single door-to-door for the 4th spot. As they're wrecking once again in the 3 and 4, going to put us back under caution flag for the 4th time. And we always say that old homage there, yellows breed yellows, and I got to agree with John Etheridge out there in the Facebook live chat. We want less yellow. Let's page Dr. Green. Let's get some elixir for the yellow fever. First 20 laps of all the racing tonight has been superb, and hope these guys get it all sorted out to get through the rest of this one here as we're 37 laps in. We're our 3rd hit of a record service caution flag of the evening. The BladeNo.com instant replay is going to show the 24 car, I believe, of Earl Clements. Yeah, it's Earl Clements in the 124. It's 24 there on the screen going around, and Trevor Baker, I believe, also evolved aboard number 72. That may also be it. And also may have involved the 33 of Torrance Church. Jack giving you out there the look at the Full Velocity Racing Network. BladeNo.com instant replay. I don't see these things in real time. We see these things live at the same time as they come across the feed. And if my stream's feed is kind of delayed 15 or 20 seconds, it takes you to even go back and see it too, as I don't have the ability to go back and click enough here inside the simulation where I watch from to check out the yellow flag. But Jack will kind of show it off to us. I believe Trevor Baker may have got a piece. Earl Arch Jr. in the 61. Also, I believe also caught up the 33 of Torrance Shirts, who's still going the right way, but I think he's going to be okay for the whatnot. So yellow flag here for the 4th time in Knoxville. They're going to wave off the restart for at least 1 lap. So I'm going to pause here, take a quick sip, keep the vocal cords wet. We'll be back here live with the restart on your source for esports racing. Don't go away. And we are back as the iRacing I flag, green flag jumps up into the air, and Dylan Petty getting the first on the accelerator, leading these guys down into turn number 1 on lap number 41 of 100 that make up the 4th annual DirtSeries.com Street Stock National 100 here tonight live at the Knoxville Raceway into turn number 3. Petty going to lead. Look at this racing going on for second on back. Revis back there with a handful of steering wheels. He's got guys like Salter and Volringer in the 01 car, and Jamie Reed, Casey Brunson's back there, Alex Brewer now up into the top 10. So the top 10 complexion has certainly changed here as we're approaching halfway. But what's consistent up front here has been the 5 car of Dylan Petty, the 21 car of Jim Revis running nose to tail off the 4th turn as they are wrecking once again down the back straightaway. Going to put us on a caution flag for the 5th time here tonight. Now working on lap number 43. Hannibal Record Service yellow flag. Going to wear it out here before we get to halfway. And we'll go back here and show a replay presented by BladeNo.com. And I believe it may have been the 25 car of Jarrett Murphy may have been involved here. 25 of Jarrett Murphy, I believe, went around as I see him slow back in the back straightaway. So let Jack get that sorted out with a Full Velocity Racing Network replay. presented by BladeNo.com. We'll pause on the commentary. We'll take a look back at the picture. We'll join you back here live for the restart on your source for esports racing. iRacing, iFlag, green flag, and a green is here back on lap number 46, and it's Dylan Petty and Jim Revis as they've been throughout the first half of this race, going to lead the field, but now Kyle Vollringer, Casey Brunson make up that second row as we march off of turn number 2 in the 5 car, trying to drive away up on the front of this field as we hit a 4th turn as we try to find a better camera view to watch this from, as I somehow ended up in the middle of the pack. Want to see what's going on up near the front. Don't miss any of the action up there. Look at the run for Casey Brunson in that number 10 car, running to the down low side, trying to find her under Dylan Petty. Casey alongside with Jim Revis. Jim making contact with the wall down the back straightaway. They hit 3 and 4. Look at this 2 wide racing there, second on back. Awesome pictures here tonight live in Knoxville, giving these guys at DirtSeries.com an awesome event here, this 4th annual Street Stock Nationals here tonight in Knoxville, Iowa. Glad you guys have all tuned in this evening via Facebook Live. Also out there on YouTube, I saw Todd Cummings over there. Welcome to the show over there. Twitch TV out there. I'll monitor that chat here next my next break. So off the 4th turn as we continue to race it out. Dylan Petty going to lead, but he has a contender on his hands right now in the caps on number 21, Jim Revis, trying to march his way. He's up to the lead, but here comes Petty back down the second turn as we drag race down the back straightaway to turn number 3. It is a battle of slide jobs between Petty and Revis. These guys can't rip that lip anymore. Cushion going up against the wall. Maybe a little contact back there for the third on back. We find Vollringer in the 0-1 back there. I believe it's also Casey Brunson, Jason Salter up there as well. Alex Brewer in the 1 car. Alex Brewer making waves now up into the top 5. Alex Brewer from 22nd starting position now up to 5th. Kyle Vollringer's 0-1 car, 20th to 3rd here so far. Next time by, we are halfway home, 50 in, 50 to go here in Knoxville. This one has been fun to watch so far. 5 yellow flags in the first half of the race, but this one's looking like it may pick up where the heat races left off here, as those heat races were absolutely fantastic. If you missed those guys, I recommend going back and watching those, back on the stream here later on. Rewind that, go back on through, because we had some really, really terrific racing in the qualification events of the night, as we had, I believe, 34 cars show up tonight here at Dirt Series for an awesome event. Yellow flag and a greet us back onto the speedway now on the 52nd circuit of the night. Yellow, 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 presented by Hannibal Wrecker Service, and I believe this one's got a really good driver involved. I believe it's number 73 of Michael Hammond. That's going to be involved to bring out the yellow. I couldn't tell from where I was where the contact may have laid, but that's why we got Jack chewing down there. The Phil and Jack attack on a Thursday night. When Jack got it, he's got it up ready to go. It is a BladeNo.com Full Velocity Racing Network, a replay that's going to show Michael Hammond's 73 car going around. I can't tell if there was contact back there yet or not, because I'll see it live real time, what you guys do. It'll be a delay on my end. So yellow flag on the speedway, presented by Hannibal Wrecker Service. We'll pause for the cause. A Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. Looks like a stack up there. Bring out the yellow flag on lap 53. We're going to single file the rest of the night, and we'll be back here live with the restart on your source for esports racing. All right, look like we're restacked, repacked. A single final restart here for the rest of the night. Going to make up the distance here. A 100-lap feature event. We're going to take green flag at the completion, the beginning of lap number 56. Dylan Petty already back in the gas pedal. iRacing I-flag, green flag roars back over the speedway with Petty, Revis, Bullringer, Alex Brewer, Jason Salter, your top five. Racing a Turbo 1 and 2, and who's going to be the first car down to the low side of the speedway? Looks like the 71 car of Dan Stifler is going to be the first car to try his trek down low under Craig Gullickson in that 46 car. Did not stick over there for Dan, so have to slide back up the racetrack. Grip really seems to be going away for these guys right now, and I wonder as it gets darker up against the wall if this low lane is going to start coming back in. This is where I lean on guys like Todd for his expertise on the dirt to kind of give me a glimmer of hope as to what I'm talking about, because an old school asphalt guy like myself, the last year has been an education with dirt racing and how these tracks looking off, the way iRacing's done their updates. Did it change today? I don't have any idea out there. Maybe you guys have taken laps out there via one of our chat boxes out there, either Facebook Live or YouTube or Twitch, can maybe give me some insight. If you've been out there on this update today making laps, tell me what has changed and how it is different out there. And we'll continue to race it on out here in the Knoxville Raceway. Is Dylan Petty going to lead them into turn number 3 and 4? Jim Revis going to continue to battle it there for that second spot. Kyle Vollringer going to hold on for third in the number 0-1 as they hit turn number 3. Or turn number 1, I should say. Let's look back here at this race between Casey Brunson, Jason Salter, Jamie Reed. That was a good one there for about half a turn. Now Salter going to go back in line. These guys all starting to flirt with the wall. Looks like grip is all going away there, all against the wall in 3 and 4. So these guys looking for every bit of moisture they can, and I guess sometimes maybe the wall, if all things, maybe where the grip is. And walls are good. We talk about it live on the network all the time. You can hit a wall, you'll bounce off it, it'll keep you where you're supposed to be. We don't have any of those pesky Ute tires out here in Knoxville, and we've been on this kick for a long time now. And the Ute tire. And don't do anything besides stack guys up and wreck race cars. Ute tires don't work. They make a mess. Walls work. They keep people in. We know walls work. And the Ute tire. Join Phil's Revolution now. Chime in live here in the Facebook Live chat or YouTube chat and tell me you are on Team Phil in this one. And don't be on Team Todd, because who wants to be on Team Todd? I don't know. Todd's a great guy, but we disagree on that argument all the time as we now get to 60 laps in. Working lap 61, Dylan Petty continuing to lead over Jim Revis, Kyle Vollringer. Those guys single file from the top 3. Now Alex Brewer going to make his way to the 3rd spot as he's danced around the 01 car. Oh, Vollringer just kind of migrating back here, trying to find some better racing to give you guys an update on. As Jason Salter running 5th with Jamie Reed, Casey Brunson, Craig Gullickson, Daniel Stifler, and Austin McGloin, number 29, your current top 10. Good rebound run for George Fehrenbacher, number 17. He's up to 11th. Earl Arch Jr. running 12th. Jameson Colbridge is 13th. David Brewer 14th. Jarrett Murphy, the 25. He currently runs 15th. 16th, we find Torrin Schurtz. Caleb Ramsey running 17th. Chad Hanna 18th. Steve Redune's 19th. Earl Clements running in that 20th spot. 21st, we find Michael Hammond. Joe Housey is 22nd. In a final car running 23rd, 3 laps down, is Trevor Baker. Full field rundown as we approach 2/3 the way home tonight. Brought to you by, well, the Halfway Recap does not have a sponsor. You guys can get a hold of us now at fullvelocitytv@gmail.com. Contact us through Facebook. Check out our sponsorship packages now available live through the fullvelocitytv.com website, fullvelocitytv.com. Click on Become a Sponsor. You will see 3 packages there. Our big package, the Royal Blue sponsorship, the True Blue sponsorship for people that have been with us a long time, or the Basic Blue package. Get your name on the lights here live on Full Velocity Racing Network. You want to pay the Royal Blue or the True Blue package, you can get your name built into the overlays and sponsor one of the many great ways out here, either our starting lineup or halfway recaps. You know, we want to thank guys like BladeNote.com for sponsoring our instant replays in our victory lane. Hanover Record Services sponsoring the caution flag. Hard Motorsports for the quick time of the night qualifying. TDR Racing League for the total sponsorship. All sponsorship available, guys. Get a hold of us now. Very reasonable rates. We are not going to overcharge you out there, and we broadcast 6, sometimes 7 days a week, so you will absolutely get the bang for your buck. Get a hold of us now, fullvelocitytv.com, or by email, fullvelocitytv@gmail.com is how you find us as we race on now past 2/3 the way home, now working lap 67. Dylan Petty continuing to lead over Jim Revis, Alex Brewer, Jason Salter now up to 4th, Jamie Reed dropping back to 5th, Kyle Voringer's car looks like maybe starting to go away a little bit. The 01 back to 6th with Casey Brunson making his way around now, so put the 0-10 or the 10 car of Brunson up to that 5th spot aboard. You know, a pair of 10s out there with Salter and Brunson. Makes for a challenge for announcers out there, especially when the guy racing custom numbers do not allow a duplicate number to come into a race server. Makes it tough for a blind announcer like myself who does these races after the next. So hope you guys watching via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV are enjoying this one. I'm having a good time with it. Starting to run out of air, as you guys can probably tell, as these shows definitely tough to do in a long extended race variety by yourself, but having a good time as we approach lap number 70. Going to hit the line here next time by. We're racing for the race lead. Dylan Petty and Jim Revis going to go door to door off the 4th turn. Jim driving it deep into the corner. Petty going to throw the slider back to the low side. With the drag race down the back straightaway. Even Alex Brewer now in the 1 car up in the 3rd spot. Maybe he's got something to say about this race for the lead of the next couple of laps. Petty going to drive it in deep. Revis puts the right rear off the wall, slaps it back to the low side. We go once again door to door off of 4 for the race lead. Jim Revis scored the lead of that time by. Look at Alex Brewer coming to the low side. He slides out in front of Petty. They almost make contact. Alex certainly makes contact with the wall. Now put Dylan Petty back to the low side as we drag race down the back straight into turn number 3 for that 2nd spot. And now for the race lead as Petty slides up in front of Revis. Revis and Brewer are going to fight for the same piece of real estate down low, and this is a good one to watch. Jim Revis and now Alex Brewer going out for the race lead. Dylan Petty has not been outside the top 2 all night long, and he doesn't want to stay there off of that 2nd turn. 5 car shoots back down to the low side. This is some terrific racing tonight here in Knoxville, and I hope you guys are enjoying the ride as much as we are doing it here tonight. Good run for Jamie Reed in the 105 car. Jamie now up to that 4th spot. Is this race for 2nd now a good one? Revis and Brewer and Petty and Reed, those guys up there in the top 4. Jason Salter running in that 5th spot. Those guys trying to run away and hide for the rest of the field, where we find guys like Casey Brunson back there running, I believe, still running 6th. Yes, it is. Kyle Vollringer's back there. Craig Gullickson, Daniel Stifler, and old Jameson Colbridge clinging to his spot in the side of the top 10 as we're now next time by. Going to put 3/4 distance in. 75 laps will clip on to the scoreboard next time by. Currently working the 74th circuit around the half-mile. We continue to race for the race lead into the west end of the speedway, turn number 3 and 4. Revis going to slide back in front of Dylan Petty. You got to think, how long do these cars wear out before they hit the wall enough where they just don't run anymore? I'm not exactly sure. I see these guys are pros that do it all the time. Alex Brewer now going to fire to the inside, maybe making his bid for the race lead off of 2. This is a really good 4, maybe 5 car race, call it, for the race lead here. Into turn number 3 and 4, 75 laps in of 100. This is picking up now where we saw the heat racing action kind of take us through. These guys all getting sorted out. They are digging for every piece of the racetrack they are worth, and it is an awesome race here in Knoxville. Revis now over Petty. Brewer going to run to the low side. Jason Salter even a lane lower, trying to find grip down there to the low side. He's alongside Jamie Reed now racing for position number 4 into turn number 3. Salter versus Reed off the 4th turn. Salter in that Trash Panda Graphics number 10 down to the low side. Reed got all the grip up there right now up high. Sliders have been the way of the lane here in the last couple of laps, but Revis able to hold on to the race lead over Dylan Petty, and I wonder how these last 23 plus laps will take us here at this legendary Knoxville Raceway, home of Knoxville Nationals. You know, so many big-time races run at this racetrack over the years. The lore of the names of winners that have run here and won here are just very, very long, and we write another chapter in the virtual world here tonight, here in the iRacing Simulation, DirtSeries.com, 4th annual Street Stock Nationals tonight here live at Eldora, and hope you guys are enjoying it. Dirt Series, a terrific league. Josh Smith, Earl Clements do a fantastic job. Look up this awesome league now by visiting dirt-series.com, dirt-series.com. You'll see their full calendar events. They got a modified series that runs here about every other week. They got some new special events sprinkled in there, just like this one here tonight with the street stocks, but these guys always changing things up, and we'll cover as much of their racing as we can on Thursday night. So we got a lot more dates coming up with our friends over at Cyber Thunder soon. So our full calendar of events available at our website, fullvelocitytv.com, as we're down now to 20 to go as we put lap number 80 on the board, and it's a good one up front. Revis, Petty, Salter, Brewer, those 4 guys trying to check away on this race for 5th now between Brunson and Jamie Reed in turn number 3 and 4. Give that spot to Brunson. But this racing for the lead up here really good as Jason Salter trying to flex his muscle as Dylan Petty has reasserted himself back to the lead over Revis. Salter going to run down low into turn number 1 and 2. Going to drive it really deep. And does he have the racetrack to use to hold on a second as Brewer and Revis are side by side for 3rd? Give 2 to Jason Salter into turn number 3, and he may make a bid for the lead. This time through 3 and 4 as Petty hits the outside wall with the right rear, but does not upset the run of the race car. Dylan Petty able to hold on to the lead as they hit lap number 82 on the board. Salter going to drive it deep into 1 and 2 as he has been all night long. That race for 3rd continuing to stay good as well between Revis and Brewer. Brunson and Reed racing behind those guys for the 5th spot. It is happening with top 5. It is happening right now all over the Knoxville Raceway. We're staying up here in the top 5 because we do not want to miss any important pass or any important action that happens up here, but bird racing is going on all over the field as we speak. As next time by, we're going to complete lap number 83. And I'm going to ask the question now in the chat box. It's good race. Who's it going to be? We know you got a favorite out there, and we want to know who you're going to pick out there live via Facebook or YouTube or Twitch TV. Who is going to be the big winner of the 4th annual Dirt Series Street Stock Nationals being held this year in the Knoxville Raceway? Pick a winner out there in Facebook Live chat. We'll try to follow it along, and I'm not going to make a prediction because I don't have a sword to fall on here tonight, as I am all by my lonesome with the commentary. The Phil and Jack attack on a Thursday night, and coming down this time by to complete lap number 84, where Dylan Petty and Jason Salter now racing it on once again for the lead. Salter out by a nose off the 2nd turn, but you can see how that 5 car gets that big run off the corner. Alex Brewer now looks like he has won the battle for the time being for the 3rd spot over Jim Revis. Jim back there in 4th, and that race for 5th has been good. Currently held by Casey Brunson's 10 car running in the top 5. Jamie Reed of the 105 currently running 6th. Is 5 of those 6 cars all running up against the wall. And Jason Salter continuing to just race it down to the low side of the racetrack, and looking like Jim Revis's car beginning to go away aboard that 21 car as he has lost a spot to Casey Brunson's 10 car. So Jim Revis, who has been battling for the lead all night long with Dylan Petty, may have a race car starting to fade away here in the waning laps of this 100-lap main event as we go door-to-door for the lead once again up front. Jason Salter and Dylan Petty has been stuck on each other like glue, and they stick at it through turns number 3 and 4 as Petty makes a big hit with the wall in the middle of the corner. That may open the door for Salter to surge out front, and he certainly does. 10 car going to clear him by about 3 car lengths down to the 1 and 2, so Jason Salter, can he hold off the pack behind him for another 12 or 13 laps as we are working lap 88 Casey Brunson, a late factor in this one. He's alongside Alex Brewer for third of the turn number 3. Dylan Petty falling back into the clutch as well. So the tail of the tape starting to wage war in this one as we complete that double 8 circuit. 12 laps remaining tonight here at the Knoxville Raceway as Dylan Petty's car up against the wall. And now we find caution flag coming out on the racetrack, upsetting what has been a good race in the middle stage of this one. Yellow flag number 6 for the night on lap number 89. I'm going to kind of try to go back and take a tail of tape here and see where the yellow flag may have kind of come from as they race back to the line to pick up lap number 90 behind the iRacing.com pace truck, where Jason Salter going to lead Dylan Petty, Alex Brewer, Casey Brunson, and Jim Revis, your top 5. Jamie Reed running 6th, with Kyle Vollringer 7th, Craig Gullickson 8th, Jameson Cobridge 9th, and George Fehrenbacher making up our top 10. But we'll see if we get a BladeNode.com full velocity instant replay. And I believe it may have got the 29 car of Austin McGloin, I believe, may have been involved. Jack has the replay ready to you. We will show it off to you guys live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. Yellow flag of the Speedway brought to you by Hanover Record Service with the replay presented by our friends at BladeNode.com. Jack telling me it was not the 29 car, that's the only car I saw kind of go through the standings. So you guys take a look at it. We'll let you guys make the call out there live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. We'll be right back here live for hopefully our final restart of the night on your source for esports racing. All right, we're getting ready for the restart here on lap number 93 as we click to the line. iRacing, I flag, green flag, returning to the speedway. Jason Salter going to lead them down to turn number 1 and 2, and we're going to see if Dylan Petty's got one more rocket left to throw aboard that 5 car, or is he going to surrender here and let that number 10 car of Jason Salter drive into victory lane here at Knoxville. We have racing action going on back there for the 3rd spot, off of corners number 3 and 4. I believe it's is that Jim Revis back up into the 3rd spot? It certainly is. Jamie Reed now up the 4th. There's issues there for Alex Brewer in the 1 car, and also Casey Brunson's 10 car. Casey's been drop kicked all the way outside the top 10 as caution. Yellow going to greet us back on the speedway for the 7th time here tonight on lap number 94. We are beginning to run out of laps here for the 4th annual DirtSeries.com Street Stock Nationals here tonight. 95 laps going up to the board under yellow. 7th Hanover Record Service caution flag of the night. It's going to let Jack go to work with a BladeNode.com full velocity racing network replay. And I believe, Jack, it may have got the 199 of Jameson Colbridge and the 25 car of Jarrett Murphy involved. So give you a little bit of point of reference there if you haven't found it quite yet. And we'll take a look at the replay. You guys take a look what I do, and we'll pause here. Get ready for what should be the final restart of the night on your source for esports racing. All right, we're getting ready for the restart. The complete lap 97, begin lap 98. iRacing, I-Flag, green flag returning to the speedway, and Jason Salter going to lead Dylan Petty, Jim Revis, JV Reed, and Kyle Vohringer in the top 5 into turn number 1 and 2. And next time by, the popsicle sticks are going to go in the air. Going to be 2 more trips around, and who is going to lead it off the corner? Jason Salter leading there, 2 wide for second. Revis down to the low side under Dylan Petty off the 4th turn. 2 to go signal. Going over the field and first to the line. Going to be car number 10 of Jason Salter. Looks like Revis may get to win the battle for second, but here comes Petty firing back on the outside off of turn number 2. Does Dylan Petty have one more surge to make at Jason Salter, who may be a lap and a quarter away from taking down the checkered flag here off of turn number 4. White flag going up in the air. One more trip around for racing Jason Salter aboard car number 10. Jim Revis trying to battle on with Dylan Petty for second. Is there one more run to make down the backstretch into turn number 3 for the win for the final time into 3 and 4. Petty going to drive it deep, hit the left rear of the 10 car, gets a little bit loose off the turn, checkered flag in the air. Racing Jason Salter going to win the 4th annual Street Stock Nationals for DirtSeries.com. Dylan Petty going to be in for second. Jim Revis for third. Jimmy Reed 4th. Kyle Vohringer going to finish up 5th. Daniel Stifler for 6th. Alex Brewer 7th. George Fehrenbacher 8th. Craig Gullickson 9th. Torrin Shirts rallies back for a good solid top 10 finish. '11th gonna go to Earl Arch Jr. 12th for Caleb Ramsey. 13th for Steven Redunes. 14th for David Brewer. Earl Clements will finish up 15th. Michael Hammond gonna finish up 16th, but Chad Hanna 17th. Austin McGloin 18th. Joe Housing 19th. Casey Brunson will finish up 20th here tonight. Casey was 3 laps down, as was Trevor Baker. Jamison Colbridge and Jarrett Murphy finishing up our 23 car field. Big winner here tonight, racing Jason Salter. We'll talk to him and the rest of our top 3 on the post-race show coming up in about 30 seconds live on your source for esports racing. Don't go away. Post-race show coming up next. All right, apologize for that little delay there. Back with the Full Velocity Racing Network post-race show for the 4th annual DirtSeries.com Street Stock Nationals, and won by a Street Stock veteran here tonight. The number 10 car of Jason Salter. Dylan Petty going to finish up second. And my first guest now, the guy finishing up third tonight, the Evil One himself aboard that number 21 Evil One graphics machine, our old friend, Mr. Jim Revis. Jim, terrific run here tonight. You really had to battle that thing hard to finish up third. First of all, I can ask you, how the heck are you feeling after that long endurance run?
Definitely wore out there, Phil. Man, what a hell of a race. That's all I can say. Hell of a race between everybody.
Oh, this was so much fun to watch. And we get spoiled by this because we do this with you guys on Sundays and Wednesdays over at DWR, but this one here tonight, you bring a whole different crowd of guys over. A lot of guys from Ram were here. A lot of guys from Har were here. Of course, the guys who migrate Dirt Series, all the other great leagues out there represented. This was really an all-star race, best of the best here tonight. And you have to try your talents. How good's this third place run have to feel for you? Because You really ran well. You and Dylan Petty, who was on a slouch, you guys split the lead back and forth for the better part of about 75 laps together. That had to be awesome.
Oh, it was awesome. It was a great race. My hat's off to Dylan. I couldn't ask for a cleaner driver to race with. We bumped a couple times, but nothing. I don't know. I'm wore out, man. It's just I'm excited to finish third. Glad to see Jason get first and bring it home for DWR.
I couldn't agree more. I was rooting for all you guys out there. You guys are good buddies of ours, of course. And Jim, you get a good, solid third-place run here tonight. You're plumb up exhausted. An old guy like myself probably want to get some fluids, maybe some food after this one. So I gave you the floor one final time there, Jim, finally. Live on Facebook tonight, YouTube, also Twitch TV, and also live available on our website, fullvelocitytv.com. The evil one himself, Mr. Jim Revis. Take the floor away, and I'd like to thank you. Got you here, bud.
Yeah, first off, I got to thank, Team DWR, man. One of the best teams out there. Second, got to thank my wife for letting me spend the evening doing this. And then E1G, of course. Dirt Series putting on one hell of a show. Man, this was great. And you guys for broadcasting, man. Like I said, best broadcast team in the online, man. Gotta give a shout out to my big brother, though. Seen he was watching, and seen one of my old race buddies, Michael Burmeister. So gotta give a shout out to him too.
That is awesome. Well, Jim, congratulations, buddy. A third-place finish. Definitely well earned, and I got to thank you guys. Got to thank Eric especially, but we got the DWR magnet over here and the stuff here and the Evil One graphic stuff. So we're representing, brother. Congratulations, bud. Third-place run here tonight. We'll talk to you again soon. Always good to see my buddies up here in the top three.
Thank you, Phil. It was nice talking to you, man.
Oh, absolutely, brother. We will certainly do this again. Jim Revis finishing up third here tonight aboard car number 21. We'll walk further a bit down here. We'll talk to another guy he's got to be worn out after driving this place for 100 laps. So that is the number 5 car of Dylan Petty. So we bring him into the conversation now. And Dylan, you went toe-to-toe with some of the best street stock races, 100 laps. You got to be plumb wore out. I know I am. I know Jim was exhausted. How are you feeling after lift up, my brother?
Man, I'm worn out. That race was phenomenal from my point of view. I mean, to be able to start out front with guys like that behind you, you've got more pressure on you than normal. Jason's no slouch in the stock cars. Neither's Jim Revis. He's fast. He's one of the best for sure. So it really makes it hard on you because it really eats at the back of your head. Like, man, I need to do good in here, and it worked out for me for the longest time, and then we started kind of catching lap cars, and I started mowing the wall down. The cushion started trying to fade on me, and I should have paid more attention to myself and went with my gut to go to the bottom and try to roll the bottom. I'd seen Jason down there for a few laps, and I'm like, man, I ought to try it. He's making gains. And I did once or twice to make that pass back on Jim for the lead, and I went back to myself and got back up on the cushion where I was in a rhythm already, and in the long run, it killed me, but, it was a fun race, man, and I can't thank them guys enough for racing me clean. That's probably the most fun I've had in a race in a long time.
It certainly was, and it was great to watch you guys go up there and mix it up. It was really an all-star race of sorts to see you guys and, see the guys from DWR we see all the time, and the Dirt Series guys and the horror guys and the Ram guys, all that collection of great talent we see all coming together here tonight, and get a guy like you to finish up second to these guys. This shows the strength. The street stocks do not get enough love in the simulation. I think some of the best drivers out there run these street stocks well. You're a guy who's very well versed in this. For guys who don't give street stock racing their due, what do you think of these things out there? I think they're the great equalizer. I think that brings all the big, the high profile, pro late drivers, super late drivers, the modified guys. I think you put those guys on the wheel, it's an even playing field. Anybody can go out there and run really good in these cars.
Most definitely. I mean, I love the street stocks. They're probably one of my favorite cars besides the UMPs, They're, like you said, they're a great equalizer. You can put anybody in them and you can be quick. Now, granted, just like anything, fixed setup is going to show who can drive, and it's going to show who's fast. The fast guys are always going to be fast, doesn't matter what you put them in. But to race with guys like Jason and Jim and, all them guys that were up there in the top 5 all night are some of the fastest drivers in the street stocks. And I'm not going to say I'm one of the fastest. I'm probably far from it. But it's definitely a confidence booster when you can run with guys like that and have, 30 and 40 lap green flag runs where you throw slider for slider on each other and you race each other so hard but yet so clean. It makes the racing way more fun for me.
Absolutely, man. This was so much fun to watch, dear Dylan. You get a good second place finish here tonight. Live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're live out there on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. I'm going to give you the floor one more time. Thank who we'd like to thank out there tonight, and congratulations once again. Awesome second place run. This race was phenomenal.
First and foremost, I need to thank my wife and my little girl for letting me, kind of step away from them long enough to run these races. I've kind of semi-retired for the last month and a half or so. And work and everything, I hadn't really had time to get on. So this is the first time I've been on in about a month and a half to actually try to race a series. So I got to thank them for actually letting me do it. I got to thank you guys for the broadcast. I will be going back and rewatching it before I go to bed tonight. Dirt Series for putting on this event. I mean, it was a good, fun race. Definitely want to thank Jason and Jim for a clean race. I know I kind of got into Jason right there coming to the white flag in 3, and it was very intentional to drive it in there on him. I was trying to ruffle his feathers and see if I could get him up off the bottom enough for me to get my nose underneath him and make it more of a drag race for the line. But I got to thank my team, Southern Sim Racing, Corey Whitworth, Dylan Thomas, Jared Winholtz. Oh, see, I know I'm going to forget somebody, Josh Blanchard. I'm sure I'm going to forget somebody in all this deal. I definitely have to thank my wrap guy, Mike at Mike M Designs. Man, the cars just, they always look badass. It doesn't matter, what I give him. I give him a color scheme, and he runs with it every time. And the wraps are phenomenal. He does all of our team wraps. Like I said, I know I'm going to forget somebody out there somewhere. I'm going to forget them, but I just want to thank everybody that, kind of supports me in this deal, especially my team. Corey Whitworth, I'm sure, was on the broadcast giving me hell because I do it to him every time I can. So, he's already in Messenger telling me good job. Don't hang my head over run second after leading the whole thing. So he said he still loves me even though I couldn't win. So I mean,
man,
pretty good. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a guy right there. Sometimes the mouth can run faster than the race car can, but hey, we love Corey to death anyways. Yeah. Dylan Petty, congratulations, brother. Good second place run tonight. Go back and take care of that beautiful baby and the wife of yours. Congratulations, man. We'll do this again.
More. I forgot Yardbird Enterprises. I forgot this. Like I said, I'd forget one. He just messaged me and said, "Man, you forgot me." So Yardbird Enterprises, Dylan Thomas over there is awesome, man.
That's right. All right, folks. We'll let him get back to it. Car number 5, Dylan Petty, finishing up second here tonight in Knoxville Raceway. That was an awesome race to watch. And the winner down there at Victory Lane, if I don't hurry up and get down there, he may fall asleep on me. And as we scramble on the post-race show, we finally get to Victory Lane. It is a party down here tonight. I think even EJ Jones down here in a party somewhere. Grace and Jason Salter into Victory Lane. 100 laps at Knoxville, buddy. Congratulations. How you feeling? You got to be excited, but you got to be a little bit tired after that one.
Oh man, I'm glad that we run long races at DWR because it kind of conditions you for long races like that. Man, it was a heck of a race, and really appreciate Dirt Series for putting it on. Man, I had a blast.
Well, I gotta say, I cover you guys at Dirt Series, DWR all the time, and you guys do the longer races, but you guys you get it stretched out. You guys get tame. You make calculated passes. You guys went door to door, nose to tail, slide jobs thrown the entire race, especially those last 50 laps, man. That was absolutely intense. I mean, how the racetrack changed. How did your car react to that? You found something down low that not everybody else could find. Your car found a lot of speed. It'll make a lot of gains around there. Tell us about going down where they weren't.
I mean, towards the beginning of the race, I was fairly quick and just kind of making decent decisions and making good passes and stuff. And as it progressed, it got up to the top, and man, I can't stand slapping a wall. It makes me physically ill to even touch that daggum thing. So I got frustrated and decided to go down low and tiptoe. I figured either I was going to get freight trained or I was going to make passes, and luckily it was the latter of the two.
And of course, you had to feel Dylan coming beneath you there in the turn number 3 to give you that one last shot. I'm glad he didn't turn you. I knew you guys would probably make contact. He was said as he just trying to ruffle you going through the corner. I got to imagine handful of steering wheel, grinding the teeth, going through the corner, holding onto that thing, staying in the throttle back to the line.
Oh man, when that caution come out after I got the lead, I was like, oh gosh, there goes my rhythm. If you take my rhythm away from me, take it all. I got too many attention problems for all that nonsense. But yeah, he got a good run there towards the end, and like you said, he was gonna. If I would have slipped up at all, I think he'd have got me, man. But it was gonna be a heck of a race to finish.
Well, it gives me pure joy to come down here and see a buddy in Victory Lane that I get to cover all the time, Jason Salter, picking up a big one over here at DirtSeries.com tonight. A really good all-star type of feel as we brought guys in from so many different leagues that migrated to this one. Got to thank Josh Smith and all these guys at Dirt Series for putting this whole show together for us. But Jason Salter, I give you the mic one more time in this awesome-looking Trash Panda graphics wrap there, brother. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch as our big winner tonight. Take the floor from me, and congratulations once again, bud. I couldn't be more thrilled for you.
Like I said, I'd like to thank Dirt Series for letting us come run out here tonight, and thanks for putting on this race. Thank Full Velocity TV, or Full Velocity Racing Network, for putting on an excellent broadcast as usual. Big thanks to all my friends over there in Dirt Warrior Racing. They're a big support group and really kind of help boost your morale and everything when things get going tough. And thank Trash Panda Graphics for this awesome wrap. Finally got the blue and yellow one in Victory Lane here.
Sure did. That thing looked awesome all night long indeed. And Jace, don't worry. Full Velocity Racing Network, Full Velocity TV, we honor both. We call it both. We're all Team Full Velocity, brother. Exactly right. We're all here. We appreciate the support you guys give and all you guys give. There you have it, folks. The Victory Lane, racing Jason Salter aboard car number 10. And that is a great way to end the night over here at DirtSeries.com. Going to thank Josh Smith, Earl Clements, Andy Jones, the entire cast of characters over here. So for Jack Truman, my control guy, got to thank Todd Stanton, of course, my brother-in-arms, Ron Piles, Josh Smith, Jameson Colbert, Troller Help, Jim Revis. Got to thank all you guys out there for watching. Our sponsors, Hannibal Record Service, iRacing, iFlag, BladeNode.com, Montstar Productions, TDR Racing, Hard Motorsports, Evil One Graphics, Full Throttle with the Gent. Phil the Cast here, going to sign off for the night. Thank you so much for watching. This is a great one to watch. We'll see you next time with another round of Full Velocity TV live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network.
User joined your channel.